Hi, everyone. I'm Nico. I've been working for 8 years trying to build secure blockchain applications. Currently working at Aztec. Prior to that, worked with OpenZeppelin and Balancer, which turns out was not that secure. I want to discuss security in the context of privacy-preserving applications. Oh, OK. Thank you. Yeah, OK. I can go without the slides. I think I know it by heart well enough already. So the point that I want for you to take home is that privacy must be a long-term consideration as any sort of privacy-preserving application is being built. You can't just slap CK into a smart contract and call it a day. It needs to be considered from day one and as a long-term consideration. What we refer to as security incidents, most other industries would just call software bugs, but they have much higher severity in our case due to the very nature of blockchain. Once a hack occurs, once a contract is exploited, funds are lost, systems are blocked, and there's no fixing them. The same properties hold for privacy. Once information that we thought would be secure and not revealed gets leaked and is now publicly available, there is no going back on that. We cannot put the genie back into the bottle. Sorry. Additionally, privacy applications have a sort of unique feature in that they can also fail retroactively, which is not something smart contracts typically do. Imagine, for example, the Ethereum block hash function. If we were to suspect that there may be an issue with a block hash function leading, say, to block hash collisions, we can just fix it. We can have a hard fork, fix the block hash function, and at that point, we're fine. Even if someone were to then try to perform an attack, the fact that we used it in the past is completely irrelevant. We're now using only the new version, so the issue does not apply. But consider that you instead deposit funds into a privacy pool. You deposit, some time passes, you withdraw, you now have no longer any funds in the privacy pool, and you think, that's good, it's a system I used in the past, this no longer applies to me. If the system, say, years later fails in such a way that depositors are linked to withdrawers, that may still affect you, even though you're no longer part of the system at all. Your information also is immutable, so depending on what it is, how important it was for you to have depositor and withdrawer be unlinked, this may damage you greatly. We often say that privacy is a spectrum, which is typically a shorthand for just saying that in some cases it may be OK to reveal some public data, but it also means that the expectations of users when it comes to the privacy of their information depends on the very nature of said information. If I am playing a private game of Battleship, it is totally fine if the nature of the game gets revealed as soon as the game ends. If I privately purchase coffee, that's totally fine, say, if 5 years down the line, everyone learns about that. But things like medical records, private messaging, any kind of financial interaction, there's likely no time frame in which I would be OK with that information, me thinking was private, becoming leaked. Leakage itself is also on a spectrum. Even if the underlying data remains private, you're still exposed to things like metadata leakage, IP addresses, timestamps of transactions, from which timestamps may be inferred. Any queries that are made to public nodes as data is being fetched to, say, build zero-knowledge proofs. All of those continue degrading, essentially, the privacy of the user, at which point might be as severe as revealing the underlying data itself. Essentially, all of these things put together paint a clear picture of privacy being something that needs to be considered from day one. Any loss of privacy is as severe and as final as loss of funds. Users have wildly different expectations of the security of applications depending on the nature of data, so that must also be kept in consideration. And there was a third point that I'm glossing over because of the lack of slides, unfortunately, but it was very good. Again, what I want to leave you with is any privacy-preserving application must have, from the get-go, strong considerations long-term, long after users stop exiting the system, in terms of how private information is kept and how it is stored. Thank you.
Give a round of applause to Nico.